Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426 and today we have the review of the HG Dom R35 from Gundam Build Fighters Try. This was seen at, I believe it was the last episode of the anime where Mr. Ramaral suddenly just pops out this Dom out of nowhere, where I was kind of surprised to see it because, first of all, I really like the character concept because at first it was kind of funny, but at a certain point it kind of grew on to me. And the Dom R35, which I don't have one yet, which I do plan to get one soon, had a very great visual impact on me. And that's why I really like the character. And then I was hoping to see or expect the Goof R35 like till the end, and then suddenly this popped out, and it kind of blew my mind because I do love the concept. And also there is a interesting fact about this Dom that I personally think is interesting, which I will explain later. But for now, let's get on to the review. Once again, what you get, of course, is the Dom R35 itself. You get two of these spike shields or spike knuckle guards. Now these were experimental equipment / weapons for the Goof R35. Hence this might being like a test mobile suit for Ramaral in the anime series. And I really like the concept of all the gimmicks that we get in here. Beyond that, you only get one open hand for the left hand, which I'm kind of curious. Like, every time we do get an open hand, it's always the left one. I can see why, but at the same time, this gets me curious. Okay, and lastly, you get a sticker sheet. As you can see, I messed up one of the stickers, and I don't really think it's a really major sticker for me. And there's these two gray stickers that I did not use, but I instead colored it. So just letting you guys know, and I will point out what part is a sticker. Okay, now let's get on to the review. Now once again, why I'm kind of surprised to see this Dom is that, okay, technically it's there's like a few aspects. Number one is when it comes to Doms, we never it could be just me who thought this, but like for the Zaku or Gelgook, for example, we would usually see a normal version / mass production type and a commander's version, which the commander version would either have a different head or a different antenna. But the Doms, I believe we never seen or heard of a concept of a Dom like commander's type. So and the one that kind of like made me laugh but at the same time impressed is the horn. This one has a horn that you would usually see on a Zaku or a Gelgook. It's not, okay, to be fair, it's not exactly the same horn. It's a original horn made by the series. So still, I find that a very good touch. Secondly, I'm still curious why this or the Goof R35 never made up to the Master Grade version. It would be a very interesting, idea and product, to be honest. To be honest, when it comes to Master Grades from the Build Fighter series, I do have a bunch of questions because some of them, I'm like, why? Okay. Third is that as far as I know, I'm not sure if this is a premium Bandai or like a Expo limited edition thing, but there is technically a Master Grade Ramaral's Dom out there. I've seen people selling it. I've never seen the model actually been built, but it's expensive. It's rare and expensive. And there's also a like extra finished coated version which triples the price for some reason. But yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the review. Once again, I really like the fact that this doesn't really have much equipment. Okay, the head. Now this kit is based on the HG Dom / Rick Dom. So because of that, the head has the moving mono eye. But however, if you want to move the mono eye, you have to take off this faceplate. If I can do it, I've never done that. Okay, you have to take it off, and you are able to move the mono eye that's connected to a ball joint. I usually keep it on the middle, but just for your sake, it can go about left that much. Oh boy, this is kind of difficult. Now it can go up that much. It's usually just left, right, and up, and right that much. It's kind of sometimes difficult to move, especially in front of a camera, but still. Now I usually like to keep it in the middle just for sakes. I mean, because the mono eye is kind of big. I mean, kind of bigger than I thought. So yeah. And also another thing I like is that the front part has a clear piece, because some I think as far as I know, besides the normal HGUC Dom and Rick Dom, all the other Doms are like a black. You put a black sticker into the face and then you slap a mono eye on top of that black sticker, which I really don't like. Okay, we've seen the head, and then the head, there's not much movement. It can go down a little bit, which is barely noticeable, and then up that much. 360 don't even expect it. Also, funny thing is that there is a neck joint, a polycap neck joint, but before you connect the head, there's actually another piece on the neck part, or this part, as you can see, that moves around. I find that be a little bit of a nice touch. Okay, now for the body. The body is, I believe, okay, I haven't built the original one, but I assume it's just the same build, but you attach or slap this front thruster. Is kind of on a awkward position, but you slap it onto the front for more mobility. Yeah, this thing has more thrusters than the original Dom for more speed, which I can totally understand. And okay, these white pipes, nothing too special, they're just pipes. And then, okay, the back, there's a lot of stuff going on the back. You get like these 4 thrusters on the back, and they are kind of a nice touch. These thrusters do look like they would move, however, because if you actually build this, these outer pieces don't allow them to move, which I find it a little bit interesting, but I'm not too bugged by it. Okay, the stickers I messed up are these parts. Now, you can see there's 2 tones of blue on the kit. There's like a darker blue and a lighter blue. And here on the backpack, you see the lighter blue. You're supposed to put a sticker, this same color sticker of the light blue color, and then slap it on here so the backpack looks like a light one color light blue. For me, I'm not too bothered by this, and I actually prefer this kind of tone, so I just left it. Of course, I messed up the sticker, so that's another reason. And the gray stickers I did not use are for these parts. Now, I find this part a little bit unnecessary, but okay, you see, I used a metallic Gundam silver marker, and let's see, I used a silver metallic marker, and I just colored them like that. And okay, it's not really a straight line, but it turned out better than I thought. Of course, I do need to do a little bit more cleaning. So that's that. Okay, now let's zoom out a little bit. Now for the arms. The arms, a very interesting structure, to be honest. Now usually you would see the arm structure of a normal HGUC or a high-grade kit would be that you build the arm and then you attach a shoulder armor onto the arm, and then on the shoulder guard you would see a ball joint coming out, or a peg, or the other way around, and then you're connecting it to the main body. This, however, for example, the shoulder and the main arm is a separate piece. So what you do in the instruction manual is that you build the shoulder and that's it. And then you later build a whole entire arm, and inside the shoulder piece there's another peg inside here, and you attach the main arm, this arm, to that peg, which I find pretty interesting, to be honest. I'm not sure if it's because of the size or structure, but yeah. Anyway, for the arms, you get a pretty decent bend despite its bulkiness. You do get more than over 90 degrees, and 360 is no problem at all. And the shoulders, because of the polycap, you know, the structure, you can go forward a little bit and backward a little bit, and then you can go outwards 90 degrees, and it has your typical 360 twist. Now it has all the basic stuff that you would expect. It's just the structure to connect these parts were kind of different, and the hand is on your typical ball joint. Also, on the elbows, you get these claw things. I believe these are also like considered as weapons. I'm not sure if how they would use these, but I guess I assume would be to cling on to something, or just for use in emergencies. But pretty nice touch. You have each one on each arm. Okay, we've seen that. Now for the waist, very big waist, and as you can see, I'm not sure at the same time, but these gray sections here are a sticker. Nothing too serious, nothing too like, you know, bothering. The front skirt, they do move quite a lot than I thought. They do go a little more, not exactly 90 degrees, but you know, almost. And the side skirts, they don't move too much, to be honest, about that much. Back skirt, you have these additional thrusters, and they do have some articulation where you can move it up or you can extend it like this. Pretty nice touch. I guess also this was mostly seen in space, and I can see where the character was going for its modification, because the Dom, okay, it has a pretty fast movement on the ground, but I believe like it had some limitations in space. And yeah, basically what I think is that the Dom R35 did kind of improve all of the parts that was lacking. One thing I do not understand is this part, this middle gray section piece. I mean, sure, these thruster parts are connected to a ball joint to this part, but you have another additional hole here, which I'm not too sure what it's for. Okay, also there's a polycap hole onto the arm. Anyway, that's that. And now for the legs. Once again, this thing has side swivels, just letting you guys know. And then it can, because of the design, you don't expect the 90 degrees up forward. Of course, if you do it like this, you can go a little bit more, but just letting you guys know. And yeah, this is one thing that a lot of people told me to be aware about, and other YouTubers also showed this. The legs kind of tend to pop out easily if you try to do like really extreme poses, so just be careful. And let's hope I can reattach this while on the video. Okay, I think I got the connection pretty much. So yeah, don't expect too much articulation on the leg. And yeah, I think this is as far as I can go. It looks like a double joint, but because of the bulky leg, yeah, I don't expect too much. I mean, it's a Dom. Don't expect a extreme lot of articulations. That's just asking too much. Okay, we saw the legs, we saw the stuff. Now for the feet, they're just your typical ball jointed feet, and I think this is like additional armor compared to the normal original version. I don't know, despite the gigantic feet, I sometimes have some balance issues while doing certain poses. I hope it's just me, or maybe it's just the kit. But remember, I had a angry rant about the Dom Trooper on the Dom Trooper review. This one is not as bad as that, to be honest. I actually prefer this way more. And also, as you can see, it's visible on the knees. You also have these claws. Once again, I'm not too sure how they would use this as a actual weapon. Well, yeah, I mean, it's there, but I'm not really sure how to use it. Of course, using it on to cling on to stuff, I guess. Okay, we saw the basic articulation of the kit itself. Now, okay, just give me a moment. Now let's get on to its equipment. Okay, the only equipment / weapon you get are these spike shields, and which was supposed to be, according to Gundam Wiki, is a experimental weapon. So it was still on its test stage to make sure it was really suited up for Rambaral's Goof R35. Now, the only complaint I have about this weapon is this front part, this lighter blue section. That's a sticker, and it requires you to fold up on the edges. I really hate these kind of stickers, so I might find some paint and then color this up. Okay, these equipment / weapons are used as both as a shield and as a weapon, and has like close combat and long range combat, which is a very interesting concept. So I will show on each side. Now for now, you can just use it as a shield to attach this peg to this hole onto the arm, which is pretty simple and has a firm connection. That is very good. And there you go. Or as you can see, there's this handle over here, and you can take that out. I'm gonna take this off one more time. Yeah, doing certain modes on this weapon does require you to take off from the entire arm, which is kind of like, some will get annoying time to time, but I find it okay. Now you take off the handle part here, and then you fold the shield like this, or you can do that after. Basically what you do is you attach the handle onto the hand, it slides in, and position the peg onto the right position, and there you go. And you just need to fold the shield, and you have your spiked knuckle. Of course, you need to there's these parts here where you can fold up for a firm connection, I guess. They don't really there's no exact peg or clipping effect, but it does make it more like a secure position, and I really do like this concept. Next is the long range weapon, which is what is in the anime. What it would do is that with the shields like this, it would spin around, rotate around, go on to the other side, and this part would fall down like a handle and reveals a machine gun barrel. Yeah, I think it was used more like a machine gun in the anime. But yeah, the way how you attach this is pretty tricky. First, it recommends you to take off the hand, and this hand is one of the old type of hands where you would have to take off you have to separate the two pieces. And I hope I'm doing this correctly on the right position, where you have to attach the handle like this individually. Okay. And then reattach it to the arm. Okay, I think I messed up, but hope I didn't. And like that. And once again, this is supposed to attach to the peg on the arm, and there you go, you have the long range weapon. Okay, sorry about that, my time limit has been passed, so my camcorder once again cut off the footage. But once again, once you attach the hand onto the handle and reattach it to the main arm, you still have to attach that peg that's onto the shield to the main arm, which I find pretty interesting because I saw the location or position would not, match up, but it does actually. And that's basically, or that's all of the review. Also, beyond that, the thrusters in the front, they do they have a lot of movement, but they don't, and they're connected, so they don't have individual movements. Once again, that's all for the review. I mean, since it only has a lack of equipment. Of course, in the series, we saw this one holding a heat sword like the Goof R35, but only seen for a glimpse, like a short period. Anyway, that is the review, and that's all for the review of the HG Dom R35. Once again, this is a pretty interesting kit. This is a very bulky and big looking kit, and I can recommend this to anybody, especially those who were a fan of the original Doms, and who's also a fan of the Rambarel character in the 1 Year War, or the Build Fighter series, or you're just a general fan of the entire series. You have all the anime accurate equipments except for the heat sword, and all the equipment. The spike shield does have all the gimmick, all you need. If you can pass through the stickers, that's pretty much you're going to be satisfied with this kit. Also, and because being a Dom, it's not going to be too articulated, so especially on legs, so don't expect too much amazing articulations, because that's just asking too much, and the Dom itself was not originally supposed to be that articulated, I believe. And of course, the balance issues, it really depends on what pose you're on, and I can't really blame the balance issues because in the series we've seen this only in space, which doesn't really require you to stand on something. So just letting you guys know. Anyway, thank you for watching the review of the HG Dom R35. Thanks to this kit, I'm actually going to try out the Goof R35. This is one of those kits that might actually affect you too. If you try the Goof R35, it will make you try the Dom R35, or the other way around. Just letting you guys know. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you found this video informative or interesting or helpful, please like my videos and also subscribe to my channel. I still have more kits to buy and build, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.